Hello and welcome to the Stepping into the New Golden Age retreat. I'm Franziska Siragusa, author, session leader, and principal teacher with the Dianne Cooper School of White Light. I'm very grateful and honored to be the host for this retreat, which aims at helping the spiritual community to transition with ease and grace into the new golden age. Today, I have the honor and very special privilege to welcome Dianne Robbins, a channel who has brought incredible information to the world through her books. So she's the author of the famous Telos book, which I have discovered recently. A student has recommended it to me. And Telos is a subterranean city inside Mount Shasta. And that is where Dianne lives. She lives in Mount Shasta. And you can see the background in her screen. It looks absolutely amazing. I just love it. And next to her, we can see the Ascended Master, Adama. So Dianne is a voice for Adama, who's a high priest of Telos. Dianne is also a voice for Mikos, who is a guardian of the universe's records, which are located in the Porthologos library inside Hollow Earth. She's also a voice for the tree, cetacean, crystal, and elemental kingdoms. And she has a most amazing mission. It's her mission to reunite the people here on the surface of the earth with the beings inside the earth. So before I'm going to ask Dianne the questions, I would like to do a 1-minute meditation so that everyone can just open up their hearts and become receptive to the incredible information which Dianne is going to share with us. So let's close our eyes, put our hands on our heart. And let's take a deep breath into the heart. And we are going to call in the angels, the unicorns, the dragons, the elemental beings, star beings. We're going to call in the tree beings, the crystal beings, and we are going to call in the Lemurian energies. The Lemurian masters and angels. We're going to call in Mikos and Rosalia. And we can feel their presence around us now. And any other high frequency beings who would like to join us are welcome. So we're going to take one more deep breath into the heart, to open it as wide as possible. And then we're going to open our eyes. Okay, so Dianne, would you please tell us a bit more about Telos?
Thank you. Telos is a subterranean city located inside the mountain of Mount Shasta, California, United States of America. Telos means communication with spirit. All of California was once called Telos. Lemuria and Atlantis were two continents that sank over thousands of years ago due to a nuclear war between Atlantis and Lemuria, where Atlantis used thermonuclear weapons, and it destroyed Atlantis and Lemuria. Lemuria was in the Pacific Ocean, and Atlantis was in the Atlantic Ocean, and both continents now sit on the bottom of the oceans and are hermetically sealed. And when there is peace on the surface, they will be brought back up to the planet, up to the surface of the planet. When Lemuria was about to sink, the spiritual hierarchy that governs the earth told the Lemurians about an empty cavern located inside the mountain of Mount Shasta, and advised them to take all their records, all their technology into the cavern through the underground tunnel system that has always existed throughout our planet. When the continent of Lemuria sank, only 25,000 people were able to escape through the tunnels. There are now 1.5 million people living in Telos. They learned the futility of war, and they gained their immortality by living in peace with each other, with no competition, only cooperation. There is no sickness, no aging, no death. They don't even have a word for it. It is not in their consciousness. And if something is not in your consciousness, it cannot outpicture or manifest in your body. Lemuria was modeled after another galaxy called Mu, M-U. And the purpose of Lemuria was to develop the heart. Atlantis was to develop the mind. And then the plan was for them to merge the mind with the heart.
Wow, that's amazing, especially the part about no sickness.
Yes.
I'm working at it.
Oh my. So everybody.
Okay, would you tell us a bit more about Adama, the high priest of Telos, and Rosalia? I don't know who Rosalia is, so if you could tell us, that would be great.
Rosalia is an elder in Telos, and she dictated messages about love that are in my Telos book. And I found out that she was my sister in Lemuria. And she asked, yeah, she was my sister. And
wow.
Yeah, and she asked me if I would take her messages also. And of course I said yes. So her messages are all about love, and they're at the end of the Telos book.
So in Lemuria, were you a high priestess? Did you have do you know what your role there was?
I don't know. I was not told.
Okay. I also have memories. I know I've been in Lemuria, but what exactly I was doing, I don't know. But whenever I think about it, I sense a lot of water. I get the idea of being near water and the water being very important to me. Now, would you tell us a bit more about Mycos? Is he like an ascended master or?
Mikos is an ascended master, and he is living inside the very center of the earth, which is hollow. All planets are hollow, with openings at the north and south pole, and oceans and mountains still in their pristine state. And the people in the hollow earth came here millions and millions and millions of years ago, and they entered the hollow earth through already existing tunnels. There's always been tunnels throughout the earth. And they found the inside of the earth so beautiful and so pristine, and a place where they would be protected from the surface wars so that they could evolve in peace, because it is only in peace that we can evolve.
Wow. So is the inside, so Hollow Earth is different from the city which is inside the mountain, or is Telos part of Hollow Earth?
Telos is 1 to 5 miles beneath the surface of the earth. The hollow earth is in the very center of the earth.
Okay.
And there are,
and can they reach it? Can people from Telos reach the Hollow Earth from where they are?
the people in Telos, yes, of course.
They can. So
Yeah,
yes.
There's the people in Telos there are 120 subterranean cities spread throughout the planet, and Telos is the capital. And they have there's an electromagnetic train system that goes through the tunnels at 3,000 miles an hour. And the people from Telos and the hollow earth travel back and forth on the electromagnetic train. And they visit each other daily, just like we visit people from cities an hour or two from us.
Oh, wow. So their traveling does not do any damage like ours does.
Oh, yeah, none at all. None at all. No.
I know from your book that the beings of Lemuria are helping us. How are they doing that? Are you able to tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, well, the people from Lemuria are called the Telosians.
Telosians, okay.
Telosians, people in Telos, and they help us by holding a vision of peace for us. They help us by dictating my Telos book to me, so that people on the surface have a template for peace to follow. You have to know how to create peace. And they tell us in the book, they help us by telling us how they gained their immortality so we can follow their example. And all of this information is in my Telos book. And the people in Telos have the whole surface of our planet monitored on their computer screens. They know everything that is happening on the planet. They have gathered all their technology together and all their healing devices, and they are ready to bring them to the surface to help us as soon as there's peace on the planet. Because you can only gain your immortality when you are living in peace. So that is how they are helping us.
And there must be many people who were Lemurians, they must be incarnated now on Earth. So do the Telosians connect with those? Maybe there's some kind of connection, they're aware of them and they're helping each other, holding this vision of peace. Do you think that's possible?
I'm sure that's true. I'm sure that's why the some Lemurians have incarnated to hold that vision of peace. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, many light workers do, don't we? All
And
of
many
us
and the
light
light
workers are holding a vision of peace and light and love for the earth.
oh yes. That's
So
the
we're
purpose
working
of
together.
yes, that's why the light workers came here. Yes.
Now, I'd like to quote a passage from your book, which I absolutely love. In Telos, we are all spiritual warriors. A spiritual warrior is one who acknowledges the light within and know that she is here for the purpose of bringing in more light to the earth. And that resonates so much with me. It fits in with the theme of this retreat, ride the ascension waves to become a warrior of light and fulfill your highest destiny. So I feel we are being called right now to shine our light, to go into the heart, to open our heart, to work from the heart, to become masters of the heart. So yeah, I really like that. So I think we're all being called to be spiritual warriors. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I absolutely agree. That's our purpose for being here. It is to bring it, carry the light and bring it here to the earth. And the more conscious we become of the world around us, the more light we emit. The light workers on the planet came here to bring in the light. And it is our light that's helping to raise the light quotient on the surface. And the people in Telos are sending their light to merge with ours. And as we raise our consciousness, the more light we emit. And by sending our love to everyone and to every situation adds to our heightened consciousness.
Wow. That's it's amazing the work they're doing for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you tell us a bit about the age of the beings inside the earth? I know from your book some of them are very, very old, and you did say
Yes.
they're immortal. So how old would they be?
Well, they've all gained their immortality, the people living in the subterranean cities and the hollow earth. And because they learned the futility of war, that's how you gain your immortality. And they can live for as long as they desire, many thousands of years. There are some people in Telos who are 60,000 years old,
Oh my
100,000
God.
years old. Yeah, and they look like they're 19 or 20 years old. Yeah, and
Wow.
when they're ready, then they can choose to make their ascension.
So when they decide to make their ascension, they're leaving the physical body. Is that what you're saying? They're
Yes,
leaving.
then they can leave their physical body, and they can either take on another physical body or they can make their ascension.
And once they made their ascension, they're in a light body. So would they go back maybe to a star or planet where they originate from? Or do you know about that?
When you make your ascension, you have completed everything you came here to do.
Okay.
And you have made your reconnection to God. And when you make your ascension, you go up into the fifth dimension, where we have a spiritual hierarchy that governs our planet. The spiritual hierarchy is composed of people from the earth who have reconnected to God, and they are now ascended masters.
Okay, so they're just going to work on the inner planes as ascended masters.
Yes, they're ascended masters. They never have to come back into a physical body again.
Okay. and
That's a big
and
question.
yeah. And yeah, so the Earth is currently going through an ascension process, the actual planet itself, isn't it? So it's in the process of shifting fully into the fifth dimension. And I understand from your book that when that happens, we might be able to meet with the people inside the Earth. They will come to the surface. Maybe we can go and visit them. So is that what will happen?
Yes, yes. When there's peace on the planet, the people living inside the hollow earth and in the subterranean cities will come to the surface and live alongside us. If they were to come now, their consciousness would interact with ours and they would lose their immortality because their consciousness only carries thoughts of love and light. They don't even have a word for sickness, aging, and death. They don't know it, therefore it cannot outpicture in their bodies. So they will come when there's peace.
And will they share their secrets with us when they come to the surface? Will we be able to keep our bodies for longer?
Yes, they will bring all their healing technologies and they will bring all their technologies to heal everything, to heal our bodies and to heal, return our water to its pristine state, to clean our air, to give us free energy. They'll bring all their technology. Yes.
Oh, wow. So they'll be also able to share with us how we can travel without damaging the earth.
Yes.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Clean transportation. Yes.
Wow. And is it possible for humans now to go inside Hollow Earth? Do you know whether anyone has done that? Are there entry points?
There are a lot of entry points, but they're all closed.
They're
And
closed.
there are, yes, there's only a few people, maybe less than 100 people that have ever been invited into the Hollow Earth.
So you have to receive an invitation to be allowed to go in.
To go in, absolutely. It's just like your house.
Yes.
You have to
okay.
Someone to come into your house. They don't just walk in the door. Yes.
Wow. Have you been inside?
Not that I remember.
Not that you remember. Okay. Well, can we maybe visit Telos in our spirit body? Because I think I read the last transmission. There was a message from Ashtar and from Mikos saying to come and visit in our light body.
Oh yes.
Do you do that? Do you tell your do you do that often?
I do that all the time, every night. Yes. Every night I call and I ask them to take me in my light body and to tell us into the Hollow Earth, to meet with them, to visit. Yes, I do. And we can all do that and they will come and take us in our light body. We just have to ask.
Right, I'm going to set that intention. So tonight I would like to visit Telos. So I'm asking Adama to please pick me up and to give me a tour.
Yes.
And maybe our audience would like to do the same. So if you would like to go and visit Telos tonight, set the intention now, and we can all ask Adama to pick us all up. So maybe we can meet tonight, everyone together, going on a tour in Telos.
Oh, that would be so wonderful. I look forward to that. We can all meet together as a group.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Now I have another question. So are all planets or stars habitable on the outside and on the inside?
Yes, all planets have life, both inside and on the surface. And I was not given information about the stars, but I can tell you about our sun. Our sun is cold, not hot, as we were led to believe. And there are beings living on our sun and on other stars and suns. And you know that the name of our sun is Helios.
Helios.
The name of our sun.
Mm-hmm. So the beings inside the sun as well as outside, or only inside?
The people live inside the sun, which is cold. It is not hot.
Wow.
It only becomes hot when it touches the atmosphere of the earth.
That's amazing, because I suspect the majority of people wouldn't think about that planets can be inhabited inside. I find that fascinating. Wow.
Yes, no, people don't know that. You're right, people don't know that.
And obviously people exploring the space, they wouldn't expect to look for life inside the planet, would they? Or inside the sun, which is a star. Wow. Okay, and the next question is about time. So there is a paragraph in your book about time, and it really does feel to me like it has speeded up incredibly. It feels like time is just disappearing. It's Monday, and then before a blink an eye, it's Friday. It feels almost as if a week has become a day. The days don't have enough hours any longer for me to do what I'd like to do. So my question is, how will we perceive time when we are in the fifth dimension? And are the days inside the earth organized in the same way as ours? Do they have like a 12-hour day and a 12-hour night, or is it all different?
This is quite a question, and it's going to let me take a few minutes to cover this. This is very extensive, and we are all perceiving this happening, how time is just flying by. In the fifth dimension, there is no time. It doesn't exist. Everything is in the now. It's only in this third dimension where there has been time. And as the earth and people raise their consciousness, time becomes less. Consciousness and time are equated. The less conscious you are, the slower time passes. The more conscious you are, the faster time goes. And this is what we're witnessing on Earth now. The consciousness of people on the surface is being raised so quickly, and we are becoming more and more conscious as a result. And as we're becoming more and more conscious, time is speeding up. There's a wonderful message in my book, Messages from the Hollow Earth. It's on page 67.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's on page 67. It says the amount of time you have each day is determined by your consciousness. So let me read a few excerpts. Yes, it's determined by our consciousness. As you move higher and higher in your awareness of yourself and all of Earth, you will find that the days speed by. Even the minutes and hours fly by, and before you know it, morning turns into night before you've accomplished even half of what you used to be able to accomplish. Because that's happening. And time is actually becoming elusive. We cannot hold on to it any longer. Now, the denser an evolution is, the more time there is, and the days appear longer. The higher vibration of a person, the shorter the days appear. Because the higher the vibration, you are actually connecting with cosmic consciousness, which is a state of multidimensionality where no time exists. Everything just is. So time flow has nothing to do with age. It does not speed up when you're older. It only speeds up when you're wiser and have grown in consciousness and wisdom. Therefore, if you equate age with wisdom and illumination, then indeed you could say that as you age, time speeds up because you've gained wisdom, you've gained illumination. So do you have a question you might want to ask, or would you like me to continue?
You can continue. You can continue.
Oh. So it's your own state of evolution that determines time's length and determines the length of each of your own days. So you all have different day lengths. Each of us now, we all have different day lengths and different amount of times determined by our individual state of consciousness. So as your consciousness expands, your minutes and hours decrease in reverse ratio until you're no longer in a time zone, but in an ascended state of enlightenment where there's no time, no space, only the oneness of creation. And Miko says, this is what we experience in the hollow earth. We feel the oneness and eternity of existence. We don't feel the crunch of time, as you would say. We only feel eternal now. Eternal life ebbing through us, which brings us peace and contentment in every moment of our day. We don't even have clocks in the hollow earth. We count time in a much different cosmic way that's in synchronicity with the whole cosmos, because we are part of the cosmos, and we in the hollow earth function as part of the cosmos. We in the hollow earth and in Telos are on cosmic time, which is much different from surface time. I would love to be on cosmic time.
It sounds amazing. That was very, very interesting because I've been thinking a lot about that. So yes, my grandmother used to tell me, when you get older, time goes faster. So it's nothing to do with age. It's wisdom. Wow, I've just learned that.
Wisdom and consciousness. As we get older, we gain wisdom and consciousness. So there's nothing to do with age.
But is it also true that because the planet itself is vibrating faster, the frequency is higher, that maybe for everyone the time is a little bit faster now?
It could be, but I wasn't given that answer, but that's very yes.
Yeah, but what you were saying, my day just goes so fast, so that I guess that's a good sign then my consciousness is high. So I'm happy about that. I know there are some people who still get bored. I don't know how anyone can get bored. I don't have any time to get bored.
There's no time to be bored anymore.
Now, would you like to tell us a little bit about the other books that you have written? I think is it 4 of them in total?
Yes, and before I do that, may I just add something about Telos?
Yes, of course.
I just want to tell you about about how they live in Telos, what they have. that they will bring to us when they come. They have underwater birthing facilities. All their babies are born underwater. They have hydroponic gardens where they grow all their own food. They have a nature level where they have extinct animals that were on the surface at one time. They have a manufacturing level where they make all their own clothing. And the best part is they have a distribution center. Everyone in Telos works for the city of Telos. They all have assigned jobs to run the city of Telos perfectly. And as a result, they have a distribution center. Everyone works for the city and everyone contributes to the running of the city, and therefore everyone receives everything they need. They go to the distribution center, they get their food. They go to the distribution center, they get the clothing they need. They go and they get their furniture. It's a perfect society. Everyone works for the city and everyone receives everything. And that's the way it will be on the surface in the future.
Right. It sounds like Telos then is a prototype for our future cities.
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I just wanted to tell you that. And they only work 4 hours a day. So they have the rest of the day to develop themselves spiritually and to go on walks, whatever they want to do.
Wow. Well, I'm feeling very, very excited about what Earth and humanity is heading towards. So it's like I can start to feel it and get excited and enthusiastic about it. Do you want to tell us something about the role of crystals? Are they helping along the shift of the Earth?
Yes. Here's a
I can see it. Yes. Yes. Crystal Kingdom. Crystal Kingdom.
Crystal Kingdom, with poems from the Elemental Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Half of the book is from the crystals, the other half from the elementals.
Yeah.
Crystals are fully conscious beings, and they carry the records of the earth in their crystalline matrix. And crystals ask, that's beautiful.
That's a Lemurian crystal, I've been told. I always keep it with me. It's like, I've got 2 favorite crystals. So this one is for the Lemurian energies, and this one I've got for the Atlantean energies. It's a skull in the shape of a skull.
Oh,
so
beautiful.
I always keep them with me whenever I do something important.
Oh, yes. And they ask that we hold them. They ask we wear them around our necks because they have great healing properties that will raise our vibration. And they know everything that's going on the earth. And in the hollow earth, they use crystals for everything. They put it in their drinking water. They use it to guide themselves, for guidance around the inside of the earth. And the crystals will tell us all about themselves in this book. And the second half of this crystal book are poems from the elemental kingdoms. The elves, the dwarfs, the hobbits, the unicorns, the mermaids. And
beautiful. I haven't read it yet. I had a look through. I've read bits of it, but I must read it carefully. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So if you want to know about the elemental kingdom, this book is the book to read because it was dictated to me directly from the elementals themselves. And in all my books, I have never changed a word. It's word for word as everything was dictated to me. So would you like to see, this is the cover? Oh, well, you can see them actually on my screen. Because on my screen, this is
Yes,
the
I
cover.
got this one too. I'm on my last pages, literally on the last pages, the last few pages.
That's very good reading. And this book is a book from the
I love whales and dolphins.
Whales and Dolphins, and I can't get it up here. So you could probably see it on the screen. The call goes out from the whales and dolphins, and then Tree Talk. The tree, they when they came to me, they announced themselves as the tree people.
Tree people.
And people just like we are, and they live in communities, just like we live in communities.
Oh, wow. They live in communities. They have a sense of community. Okay.
No, they're people. They're just in a different body form. Just like the cetaceans are just in a different body form. The crystals are in a different body form, but they're all connected to God.
Oh, yes.
We're all one.
We all come from the source. We're all one, definitely.
Come from the same source, yes.
Do you have a final message for our audience?
I do. I do. My final message is that all life is interconnected, and people are now waking up and starting to realize this interconnectedness of all life. And the people in the Hollow Earth and the people in Telos base their life on this connection to all life. And this connection is also our connection to God. For once we realize our connection to all life, we automatically are reconnected to God, the source of all that is. And it's this connection that will evolve our soul and move us into our ascension. And my books are the biggest wake-up call for the people of Earth to wake up, acknowledge and talk to all the other life forms, the trees, the whales, the crystals. Talk to all other life forms, the plants, the flowers, and pour our love, pour our praise, pour our gratitude to them for all they do for us. And in closing, I would like to say that the consciousness of Lemuria and Telos is being reborn again, giving people the spiritual truths and universal laws that the people in Lemuria live by, so that the people here on the surface have a template to follow, have a guideline to follow, thus bringing peace and immortality back to us, back to the people of Earth. And I thank you so very much for having me on your program. And it's just so wonderful to be here and speak to your audience. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Dianne. This wisdom was amazing when you started saying these last phrases. The frequencies were just rising. I could feel, a shift in consciousness, a shift in frequency around me, and I can also feel the presence of all these beings. There's a lot of beings here with us, aren't there? They've all tuned in and they're listening to this interview. And I'm very, very grateful for them, for everyone who's doing service work, in particular about connecting with all of the kingdoms, the trees, the crystals, the elemental beings, the oceans, all the aquatic creatures, I send them love and light every morning. I do that as a morning ritual. So yes, I would like to appeal to our audience to do the same. Just send love to everyone, because we're all one, all the beings, no matter how small or big they are. And thank you again, Dianne. I
Yes,
really
and
felt very honored that you've agreed to join this retreat. And there's also the free gift. You have a free gift, haven't you? Would you like to tell your audience what your free gift is?
I would love to. I would love to invite you all to go to my website, which is right above my head. www.diannerobbins.com. And as soon as the website opens, you go to the top right corner and it says subscribe. If you put your email address into where it says subscribe, you will receive a free subscription to my monthly newsletters of channeled messages every month. Just as Francisco, you just received the last one, the last message. Yes, and I'd like to offer that to everyone, because the Ascended Masters are keeping us up to date on what is happening on the planet at this time through my messages. Thank you so very much for the honor.
The channeled messages are very enlightening, so I recommend to everyone to sign up for that. We can put the link of the website. You can click it.
Oh.
I will put it on the web page. So if people click for your free gift, they can go directly to your website.
Thank you.
And I would also like to tell our audience to join the Warrior of Light community. I have opened a Facebook group specially for this retreat. So please leave us a comment. Please tell us what your greatest takeaway was from this session, and we can interact with you there. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We are holding you in love and light, and I'm sending you millions of blessings. So bye for now. And thank you, Dianne. It has been absolutely amazing.
Thank you. It's been my divine privilege to be here. Thank you, everyone. God bless you.